What's up, guys? Waiting on YouTube. What's going on, Bigfoot World? First things first, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you guys can hear me, see me. Everything's all good. Hopefully, everybody gets their notifications because there ain't nobody really here tonight. What's going on? Good to see you, Sunshine Baker. Carl's in the building. Antoinette, what's up? I see people's getting their notification. Good to see everybody coming. That's what's up, man. I appreciate everybody. I gotta fix this camera. Sheldon's in the building. What's up, man? Good to see you too, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight on this cold night, guys. It's like 20 degrees, 25 degrees outside, man. It's freezing. Patty, what's up, man? All the way from Virginia. While everybody gets their notifications, guys, give me like 10 seconds. I wasn't ready for this yet, but it was go time. Appreciate you, Leon. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I had to make a run, guys. I'm ready. Let's do it. Friday Night Live. What's going on, Bigfoot World, man? It's been a couple weeks. Tonight I was fortunate enough to was able to borrow the internet, so we're good for the night. All the waterways are all frozen. I know it's cold, boy. I just came from out there. That's why I'm running late now. But it's all right. It's all good. It's winter, man. That's what it's time of the year for it. Just got dressed for it. Finally got it open. Just got dressed for it and be ready for it. All right. It's too early. Yeah, you're right. But it's already what, December? It's going on Christmas. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Jason's he's spoiled. He's in there. He's definitely spoiled. Haven't really been able to make it out the Bigfoot world, man. No place really. It's been this month is just last month. Last month's been a nightmare. But on a good note, everything's better. It's 27. I think that's what it's here to. Yeah, it's what it says here too. 27, but it feels a whole lot colder than 27. Whole lot colder. But anyways, guys, there's a few things I want to talk to you guys about. But I was talking to him, like I wasn't really talking to him. I think I don't know. It's like he sidelined me with it. I just started this job. I've been there a few weeks, maybe a little over a month, right? And out of the blue, I was coming and taking my paperwork to him, and out of the blue, he's talking about you're on YouTube, so you got this big YouTube channel, huh? What do you do? So I said, I run through the forest, whatever happens, whatever wildlife jumps out, I film it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I've been doing for like 15 years now. So the next day, I'm in the break room getting some hot chocolate, right? And he comes up to me. He says, "You know, I don't know if he was gaslighting me or if he was making fun of the situation or if he was authentic. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to take him because he's still new to me. But I mean, the way he presented it made me think. He says his daughter is like a philosopher. She got PhDs and all this and that. And she was talking to him about it. She says, told him that they got portals in the Appalachian in Washington and Pennsylvania. They got a portal, and that's why they're going in between. He's talking about they're originally from Mars, you know what I mean, and they ended up here and started populating here. But there's reasons why you don't see them as much because they're using that portal and they're jumping back and forth. And it's like he says it's like it's out there, but it really is something to make you think. And I always looked at him like a living creature. You know what I mean? That's all I've ever seen him as something that we don't hardly see because they're so docile, man. They push in as quick as you go in, they're gone. If they don't really know you, or you know what I mean, or just it just depends on the situation. But for the most part, they just push off and stay away from humans, avoid them at all, like a black bear, pretty much. So it's you know what I mean. Who knows? It's just something to think about. Is there really portals and these things are going in between? It's I don't know, man. Uh, It's something to think about. It had me thinking. I didn't know if he was like trying to spin me or but it's like, damn. I know people was working on some time travel portals and all that crazy shit, and for them to be using them to, I mean, it's not that far fetched because they do have the shit, whether you know it or not. They definitely got the shit. Yeah, I agree with you, Sunshine, because I've done it. I've done it. I've thought of stuff and they just did it. It's like it was weird. I was going a few times that shit happened, but the one time that I can really think of is going through Bigfoot land, and I was thinking like, what if, what was it? What if I was going through the maze part in Bigfoot land, in between the rocks, going back, and it's like this thought crossed my mind. What if it jumped over, like it jumped over, and the second that I looked up, it's like I seen something like poke out, looking down on me, but hurry up and jet back, and I couldn't make out what it was, or if it was a deer, or if it was big, whatever it was, but it would just happen so fast, and but it's like I foreseen it. You know what I mean? Like I felt it was going to happen, and it made me look up. And as soon as I looked up, something poked up like it was about to come over. It was the weirdest feeling. It's like telepathic type shit. So I mean, it's not that far fetched. There's some things going on in the world that I'll never understand. Right, Sheldon? Skinwalker Ranch has portals. I've seen a lot. I've definitely watched a lot about the Skinwalker Ranch. There's a lot going on there. There was so much going on there that the government had a, investigated there for a minute, and then they sold it back and forth to like in between the government officials. But I still think about it all the time. It was like a week ago. He told me that he's just out of the blue, left field, just randomly talking about his daughter and how she has all these degrees and stuff, and she's really into this stuff. And it's come to find out that the Bigfoot are originally from Mars, and I hear you, sunshine, but they're there's a one in Appalachia in Washington and one here in PA. And that's why there's so many clusters and sightings of them in that area because that's where they're at and they're coming in between. But who knows, man? Who knows? I'm sure people know. I just don't. It's just definitely something to think about. I've been thinking about it a lot. It's not. I hear you, Sheldon, but I ain't been out there lately. I have spent a lot of years out there, a lot of crazy different experiences with them, the things that they do. I mean, I've seen some shit that I can't explain, even in the paranormal world, man. Just wow, blow your mind, blow your mind. It blew my mind. I'm still having issues with the cave and all that's crazy shit that went on with that. If you guys remember, we talk about that like every Friday and every Friday night live. So I'm not gonna really get into it, but I've been in there. I've seen some stuff. I filmed a lot of stuff. I wish I still had access to my very first channel that they got hacked and they took off of me. Once I got that Bigfoot in the hole with me and my two sons, they shut me down. I mean, we was face to face. All he had to do was reach out and grab one of us and pull us in. It was right there, 2 feet in front of us in this hole. And I was filming it. I didn't see it because the hole kind of curved around back into the left. And where there was Jeff and Mike and then me. And Jeff said, hey, Dad, you want to look in me or something looking at me? And I'm standing there with the camera filming, and he kept saying, no, it was Mike, Jeff, and then me, because Mike was the one that said it first. And he kept insisting that I come over and look. There's something in there. And it's like, I didn't see it because of the angle that I was on. And then Mike or Jeff, he finally said something. He's like, no, Dad, you might want to look in there. There's something with eye shine looking right at me. So I stepped over to where Mike was and I'm looking in, and it took me like 10 seconds to actually figure out what the hell I was looking at. It's the silhouette, and he was squatted down and he had his hands down between his legs and he cocked his head at me. And that's when I realized that I'm looking at a damn Bigfoot, a little Bigfoot just staring at me. So I dropped everything, I grabbed my boys, and I ran up around to the top of this rock face. And I said, this is 1,000,001 chance. That's not ever going to happen again. I got to go back and get this on film. So I told my boys to stay up there on this rock face. I'm coming down and I'm going to film it. And I figured if he ain't grab us and attack us the first time, I think I can get him on film the second time. So that's what I'm thinking, right? So I'm walking in and I'm creeping back into this cave hole. I mean, that was a fascinating experience. And I walk up to it and I go over to where Mike was standing at, where I can really see him. And I leaned in to get a view at him. And as soon as I went to go to zoom in on it, that's when he flinched at me, like he juked at me, and I hurry up and I was gone. I was done. I wasn't playing with him no more. He was pretty much telling me, if I keep playing with him, you're gonna grab me. That's what I took from it. And I got my kids and I kept it moving. But that was an exciting video. That was one of probably the best videos outside of them trying to take Mike that time. We talked about that a million times too. There's two of them that came out, they split us up, pushed a tree over, and they came down to take Mike. And I went running to him, screaming at him, that's for you, Mike, get down. And I was hollering, man, that's all I could do. And for some reason, them both stopped, and the big one cut to the left, and the little one followed right in behind him. And that was just intense, man. I made a vow that day I would never leave my son behind. I'll never leave him alone like that again. No matter what it is, I will never leave him in the woods by himself like that again. That was a crazy one. I climbed to the top of that mountain, and it was a little too steep. I was following a game trail, and that game trail kind of set me up. It set me up, man. That tree did catch my ass, and it was the only tree around. That's one tree, and the rest is loose rocks all the way around this mountain. That shit was crazy. I remember that too. A lot of crazy times, man. I got myself in a lot of dumb shit. Into the woods with Deb. It was some wild ones, man. Wild ones. There's a lot more to come. There is. I just gotta get life situated and back on again. You know what I mean? I'll be back. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I'm sorry, guys. I got a drink. It's been a long year. I mean, for them long time, you guys been watching me a long time, and I probably did what 1,000, 2,000 live streams, Friday Night Lives by now. Probably out of all them live streams, you might have seen me drink 3 times, and it's like lately more now than ever. But it's helping me cope. Helping me cope, guys. Getting through this motherfucking mess. Right? It's just keep you level, keep you steady. And it's not to mention, man, work has been wearing me down. I unload trucks. It's like a food factory, food warehouse I work at, and I unload trucks with a tow motor. But then you got to break the pallets down. It might come like 8 or 10 high, and you got to break them down to 6 high. And man, some of them 50-pound bags of potatoes. I'm getting a beat down at work, so it's gonna take me a minute to get used to it. In the wintertime, not much. I ain't left nothing out in a long time. Now I do still got some. I got peanut butter still at the Bone Cave at the entrance, sitting up there. The last time I went, it was pushed down into the back end, like 5 feet on the ground. It's on down onto the ground. It wasn't open or nothing. So I just kind of left it there. I figured that's where they wanted it at. It's where they always leave the lid. Like I told I put that peanut. No, actually, how did this go? I left that peanut butter there on that rock ledge, and then it disappeared. And then I found it like 2 miles away, a mile and a half, 2 miles away over in Moyland on the ground. So I picked it up and I hiked back over to the Bone Cave and I set it back up there just to see what they was going to do, if they was going to mess with it or why they even left it, why they ditched it. But they carried it a long ways just to leave it, you know what I mean? They left it on the ground like, so I put it back. And then when I went back just recently, it was 4 or 5 feet back into the Bone Cave. So it's in there. I don't know. They might not like the flavor, that name brand. I'm about to get a jar and switch it up on them. Let me get caught up on you guys' comments real quick. We did have some crazy ass times in the forest though, man. What the hell you talking about, sunshine? I broke it down. It took me a minute. It's like one. I see it. It's all ran together. I got you. I got you. I had to break it down, man. I see it. I see. I was watching earlier today. These Dark Adventures, man. I like to do a collab with her one night out there. That shit, the activity she getting is insane. She gonna come up missing. I said this before. She need to be a lot more careful. Get some kind of protection, even if it's bear mace something. She need to get something on her while she's in there because, I mean, this last one she put up was crazy. It was in her face. It was like maybe 30 yards out. So you could see it peeking out behind a tree. And then it started growling. And I'm like, run. What is wrong with you? Why are you just standing there? I couldn't do it. You know me, guys. I'm out. They start shaking shit and growling. Man, it's time to go. They're letting you know. And that's what they was doing to her. That's not the first time, man. They keep coming out on her. I don't know if it's the same one and he got a passion for it, but man, be careful. Definitely she need to be careful. I watched a couple of them and she gets some good activity out there, but she putting her life at risk with it. It ain't worth it, man. And she out there at nighttime, that's crazy. That's crazy. I give it to her. She got some brass ones. She definitely does. Bigger than mine, because I'm out. It's just even an eighth of that activity that she went through, just coming through that cemetery. I know a lot of you guys been watching that shit. You know what I'm talking about. It's nuts. It really is nuts. You talking about the three-toe tracks. I don't know what them are, man. I have still to this day. I don't know what they are. I've looked up every known track, like wildlife. I went to dinosaurs. I went to everything, and the closest thing that I seen to them tracks, because it has like a human heel, and it goes up into them three long toes with the long claws, and they're freaky. I don't, and the closest thing is some kind of cousin to the T Rex. It's in the family of the T Rex. On the tracks is look almost identical, but look a little bit smaller. On the width, it was smaller on the picture, but you know what I mean. It's something crazy up there, and it's funny because them that cave became federally restricted right after I found them tracks. There was two sets. There was a bigger set going down the middle of the road, and then there was smaller, like 8 inches, 9 inches off, like 2 or 3 feet off the side of the road, almost in the brush, walking into the forest back in. Dog man, I don't want no parts of them at all. I've talked to this woman about a dog, man. This about killed her. It pretty much did kill her, and they saved her. They brought her back. I've been trying to get her to come on to a live stream and tell her story. Like I was trying to pitch it to her. Like women need to know, but women don't. I mean, they're not safe in their own home. This thing jumped through a window and like brutally beat her, and a Bigfoot came and saved her life. I think I told you guys a couple times about that, but she just don't want to come out with a story. At first, they thought her husband did it, and then they reviewed the CC cams around her house, and it showed everything. And like them tape, she still has them, but they did take them. They took that box, but she has a copy on her phone. She recorded it on her phone. She is putting herself out there, but it's good content. I give her that. It's good. Especially when they started growling at her, like it was letting her know you're getting too close. Back up, and she just stood there with the camera, like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Hey, hopefully it's going. Hopefully everything works out because she's crazy. She needs to back up a little bit from. But that's how you get the activity you need, man. That's you got to get in there with them if you're going. You know what I mean? Have any chance to get them on film, or even just to see their actions. You got to feel what you. Yeah, I mean, you just don't rush in. Don't rush into that. You got to kind of guess what they want, or they is this a growl that they're going to eat me, or is it just a warning to back off? I'm getting too close, or you got to try to read what's going on around you because you will get yourself hurt, man. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody out there. Anybody. I definitely want no parts of no dog, man, ever. I've never heard one good story about them ever on a dog man situation. I've never heard anything good. They're mean. They run in packs of like 4 to 6. They're vicious. I ain't surprised because right after we found them tracks, man, they sealed it up fairly restricted. They put cameras up in the trees, like 30 feet up in the trees, facing each other the whole way down through the top of that mountain until they got that sealed up. And then it seemed like once they sealed the whole cave up, then that's when the cameras went missing. They took them down. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Patty, it was a different. It wasn't D's Dark Adventure that happened to. It was another woman that was a fan of the channel, and she reached out and told me the story. Man, I was trying to get her to go live with me. Like this story is fascinating, and you got the footage on your phone to show what the hell happened, what's going on. It showed that they going. The first one going in, jumped through the window, and the light breaking and everything, and then you hear all the smashing, and then a Bigfoot came down the side of the house and went in the same way, and then you see the dog man running off, coming back out and just taking off. The Bigfoot saved her life, and that video saved the husband's life. Was it in Kentucky? Yeah, you might be right. But she reached out to me, and I was trying to tell her like women need to know that these things ain't they're not nice, and you're not safe in your own home because it she was at home and it busted into her window and came in after her. I don't know if it followed her home or what the story may be, but it come vicious. It come it about killed her. It did kill her, and they brought her back. I think her kids found her. That was a crazy. I think about that story all the time. Just out of the blue, I'll be sitting and I'll think about it. But she actually has that on tape. On her camera caught that shit. One of these days, maybe she'll open up and come out. I wanted to go to. I tried to do this surprise thing. Oh, there goes the camera. Let me fix this. I was trying to do the surprise thing at Sheila's World, just surprise everybody and just pop up there, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It's been so many years since I've been there. I can't remember how to get back up in there, and I ain't talked to Sheila in maybe 6 months, 7 months. So I don't know what's going on with her. What is up with this camera, man? I just can't win with it for the night. I was just reading you guys' the comments real quick. Bigfoot World, it probably ain't gonna be a long night tonight. I mean, the live stream. And most of the time, she'd probably be safer to just stay in it. But she's not. She gets herself out in there, and that's how you get them. That's how you see them. That's how you get activity. But it's also a lot of things can go wrong in doing that stupid shit. I don't know. Maybe one of these days we'll be able to get out there and do a collab or something. That'd be crazy. Get out there, get that kind of footage. It's been a while since I actually seen or had a good experience. I remember the one time I was walking by myself coming out of Bigfoot land, and I stopped and started filming over. I heard some cracking or something going on to my right, and I walked over and seen what the noise was. And as soon as I got there, a boulder came up about 20 feet up in the air, cracked off of this tree, and you see the white rock just bouncing everywhere, and then maybe 10, 15 seconds, you're at the top of that tree, massive tree, just start cracking, and the whole top of that tree broke off. Man, it was so loud, but it was crazy that a rock did that. How much force would you have to? It was about. I mean, the tree was huge. It was the size of me, and he just snapped it like it wasn't shit with a rock, and that blew my mind coming out of there. That was I caught that on actual film. They found dinosaurs alive. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I think I did see something, a video of that. I think it was debunked too, though. That it was. I think there was a bunch of them that would run across the dirt road in front of their cars, but it was. What was it? It was. I want to say them lemurs or meerkats or whatever they're called, and they had them running in reverse with their tails up. They looked like dinosaurs, but because I seen that for months, and I always did think like, damn, they caught some crazy shit out there. And then somebody debunked it, and I seen that video where they reversed it, put it in reverse, and you can actually see the tails, and they're hopping across there. It was just the speed of the video, and in reverse, it made it look like there was dinosaurs running across that road. It blew my mind too, because I was believing in that shit until they did that. It kind of hurt my feelings when they did that, when they debunked that, because I thought they really had some crazy shit on film. But I remember, I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about. It is good to see you guys. Sit back and talk to you guys for a minute. Man, it's been a minute. I missed last Friday Night Live. I almost got to go live. It's just things went wrong and it didn't happen. Just ain't happen, man. And right now, it's way too cold to be out there running through the forest. I've been trying to stay close to the Jeep much as I could while it's cold. Keep that thing running. All right, Bigfoot. I was just reading your comments, checking everything out, seeing if I miss anything. All right, Bigfoot. Well, I ain't gonna keep sitting here wasting your time. We did have some good videos, good crazy ass experiences out there. There's gonna be a lot more coming. I just gotta get a few things situated and get myself back out there, guys. For the ones that don't know, I had to get a new phone, and my Cash App has changed. I don't have access to that Cash App no more. It went down with the last phone that I had. Let me see if I can get this on here for you guys. If anybody want to help with the cars, getting back on the straight and narrow, definitely, guys, hit the Cash App below. It did change. I was trying to get it on the screen, but it don't look like it's going. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. It has changed. This is a new Cash App. Definitely, if you're in a position to help a brother out, help a brother out. I appreciate everything. Guys, I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even. When they repo my Jeep, man, I didn't even tell you guys about that. I guess I'll tell you real quick. As you guys know, they repo my Jeep like last month, and they told me when they took it that all I need was the two payments that I'm behind, 600 and some odd dollars, couple dollars, and so I come up with that money in a couple of days. It took me a couple of days to get it. I go in there and like, yeah, I need my shit back, and they said no. when it gets repo, that was before it got repo, but now that it's repo, we need the full amount. We need 1665. And I'm like, I'm living in this shit right now. I'm going through hard times, and you just took my house, and I was stuck. I'm walking the streets like, what am I going to do? They just took, man, and I want all of it, 1600. How am I going to do this? It was you guys. It was you guys that popped through, and Carl, all you guys came through, man, chipped in between my checks. It took everything I had, and I got it back, and it took me like a what? I was out there 7, 8 days. I got that shit back, and it's paid in full. So it kind of worked out in the long run because I ain't got to worry about that shit no more. It's paid for, it's bought, it's done, it's over with. But at the same time, to come up with that kind of money in that short of time, they give me 15 days to come up with that money, or they was reselling it. Like, you son of a bitch, you dirty son. It was bad, man. It was bad, but you guys came through, and I appreciate you guys for that. Every little bit helps, even if it's for gas to keep on for the night. You know what I mean? But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. It's lemurs. I mean, I ain't saying they ain't out there. Don't think they ain't out there. But I think the video that you're talking about was the lemurs. But they do have some crazy shit going on out there, especially in like the Congo and the places we can't get into. The tribals are all talking about them. What is it? That Mumbai, the whatever the dinosaur that they're seeing out there. They're seeing something. But all right, Bigfoot World, I gotta. No, I can't do it. We ain't on good terms right now. So it's all good. But I gotta get ready to get my shit on and hit the road. Definitely stay tuned for this next crazy ass adventure, guys. I'll be trying to get these videos up fast as I can. I'm trying to get back out there, man. I do miss the forest. I do. And I will be back. Stay tuned, guys.